Fun fact, Black Eyed Peas were discovered by Eazy-E. Play the music. Baby. Welcome to Open Mic. I'm your host, Jamal Raheem. Now, Open Mic is a music podcast. You can get it anywhere that you get podcasts. You can also watch it on YouTube if you're one of those visual people like myself. Now, today's episode, I'm going to talk about TDE. I'm going to talk about the recent signings. I'm going to talk about why I love them. And then I'm just going to give something that bothers me about what people have to critique of TDE. And I'm also going to give my Mount Rushmore of California, Northern and Southern California, because they both deserve their own thing. And frankly, doing California would have been too hard with everybody. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. Lady shawty. So TDE just signed Alameda. And it's funny too because I just started to see Alameda popping up, and I'm actually really excited about this signing. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I wish she didn't sign with them because they got so many heavy hitters over there. They got SZA and Doechii, Sir, everybody taking off right now, and it's gonna be hard for her. But I'm actually really excited about the signing. I'm excited because I just started listening to her music. So just to see her being able to sign with a label like TDE, if you're from the West Coast, California, Nevada, Arizona, Washington, Oregon, you're from these states, I'm sure, and you're an artist, I'm sure you want to be signed to TDE. That's a dream of a lot of people. So to see her again signed, and she has such a different sound than everybody else on the label. She's more alternative, you know what I'm saying? And I really was oh, TDE is really they on to something. And usually when they sign somebody, that means they did their homework, because every artist on their label, you can tell they did their homework. So I'm excited about the signing. And it was crazy. She literally was just popping off. I had one of her songs because I found it on TikTok, and I was this song's gonna blow up. And sure enough, she signs to TDE a couple weeks later. So I'm excited about this signing. I heard her EP. The potential is crazy. But the signing is also another example of why I love TDE. I love TDE because they sign these artists. They give artists a chance to develop. They don't just throw them out there to the masses once they sign them and stuff like that. Some labels do. They give artists time to grow, artists time to shine. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear them on a project of you'll hear somebody singing a hook on a Kendrick song when he was on the label, or you'll hear stuff like that. But they don't rush to put their artists out like that. And I know some people's big complaint is they want more music from TDE. Right now, I personally know people who are complaining about wanting a SZA album. I personally think that, if I'm being real, that we are spoiled as consumers because we get so much music. I have an opinion that we don't pay enough for our music, but that's neither here nor there. But we're so spoiled by the music in this microwave society that we always want, all right, you gave us an album last year, give us another one, give us another one. I personally like when artists take their time and they go 2-3 years without giving us a project. I love it because they're going through life. So then the next project, they got the experience got the experience touring. Some of them be having kids. They go through family stuff. And now the next project, we're going to hear about that. I love that. I love TDE gives their artists a chance to develop. You know what I'm saying? I love that. We want artists to develop. Artist development is something that the industry, in my opinion, is lacking. And we can't complain about artist development needing to happen and then get mad at a label like TDE where they let their artists develop. They give them time to develop. You know what I'm saying? I don't need an album every year from my favorite artist. I want them to take their time with their projects and give us something dope to listen to. Give us something that's going to change the industry. You know what I'm saying? I love TDE for that. I love the roster. Like, to see Kendrick go through the label and was able to grow as an artist to the point where he has his own label, that is what a label is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to do that. That's development. They developed Kendrick. Yes, you have to have the skills already, but they developed him. They developed him. You see it with Soul. You see it with Schoolboy Q. You see it with J-Rock. Like, they develop these artists. They let these artists grow and mature as people. Like, this is why I would make the case that TDE is not only the best hip-hop label ever, they're the best label ever. And I understand that that's a crazy statement with Motown, with Def Jam, with all these labels. The reason why I put TDE above them is because their artists get time to grow, and they continue to get artists that grow. No controversy, none of that stuff, nobody dying, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear no crazy stuff happening. That's why I put them as the greatest label ever. And their roster is impeccable. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? You got some great projects from him. Then you got Schoolboy. You got J-Rock, who started everything off. You know what I'm saying? You got Ab-Soul, the West Coast Lupe. You got Isaiah Rashad, who has given us banger after banger after banger. Consistent projects. You know what I'm saying? You got SZA. Like, you got Sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Zakari, that this nigga, his voice, I be wanting to sample it. Every time I hear him sing something, I'm like, I could sample that. I'm not even a producer. Lance Skywalker, like, you got so much heat. Now you got Doechii. You got Doechii, who might have the best mixtape in the last 5 years. You got Doechii. You know what I'm saying? You got Ray Vaughn. Like, I've been waiting on Ray Vaughn album since I first heard Ray Vaughn. Like, that Ray Wop, y'all not bopping to that, then you hate the West Coast. If you don't like Ray Wop, I think you hate the West Coast. I just have to think that. Because that is a banger. You know what I'm saying? Now this Alameda signing, like, I can't wait to hear how she's going to sound in a few years. TDE, and if I'm forgetting somebody from TDE, that's not intentional. I think their label, all of the artists on their label has put out dope projects and has given us something dope to step to. And honestly, the person I really want a project from, Punch. Punch, when we gonna get the album? I know you did your side project, you know, with your group. No, I want a Punch album. Everybody want a SZA album. Everybody want another Soul album. We're waiting on Doechii. That's fine. I want all that. I want a Punch album. We gonna get an album, Punch. I'm tired of you giving us these Lucy's when you spit in bars, because we know you can rap. We know that. I want an album. A solo Punch album. That's what I want. That's what we want. You know what I'm saying? I think that Punch album would be dope. But my overall point is TDE is the best label ever. And I understand people will be like, you're a prisoner of the moment. And what about this label? What about that label? You can name any label that you want. TDE is the only label that all these artists put out dope projects, no issues, no label problems, nobody like going like the label problem they got is like SZA's album not coming out like on time or what people wanted. That's the only label problem they got. Not that her album never came out. The album didn't come out when the fans wanted it. You know, like they perfected it to a point where she got 2 albums that people are saying are the best albums of the time that they came out. Like, to me, TDE is the greatest label ever. They long past Death Row. They long past that. They're definitely the best label from the West Coast. We'll take a break. Then I'm going to give y'all my Mount Rushmore of Northern California and Southern California. Then we're going to get about this piece. Stay tuned. Alright, we're back. Now the Mount Rushmore conversation is a conversation I love having, because I like hearing other people's Mount Rushmore and their perspective, especially like the younger people. And I feel like an unk saying that, but hearing who they would have on their Mount Rushmore is something that I'm really like. I love having these conversations. But I'm going to give my Mount Rushmore of Northern California and Southern California. Now, I am from San Diego. Oceanside to be exact. San Diego County, 760. Stay up. We in this bitch. So, I'm just wanting to put that out there. I'm from California. You know what I'm saying? I've lived in the Bay Area for the past 6 years. You know, so I'm from Cali. You know what I'm saying? Now, my Mount Rushmore of Southern California. Of course, you got Snoop D-O-double-G. Snoop Dogg. The man's influence on hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? The man has been in... He's to the point that Snoop Dogg is bigger than hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? He might be the most visible person outside of, like, Eminem. Everybody knows who Snoop Dogg is. Everybody. He hosting, like, The Voice. I think it's The Voice that he's on. One of them shows. Like, he's everywhere. So Snoop Dogg is definitely on there. Ice Cube, just off of the music, Ice Cube is on there, but everything that Cube has done. Now, some of his political stances lately, I ain't been a fan of. But Ice Cube, his pen game, what Ice Cube has done for the game, what Ice Cube has done for gangster rap and the West Coast, cannot be matched. Next, I'm going with DJ Quick. I think DJ Quick might be the most underrated. Him and MC Ren are the most underrated rappers from the West Coast. Like, hands down. Like, people do not talk about DJ Quick enough. His production, crazy. The stuff that he be saying in these songs, crazy. He be saying some freak nasty stuff in these songs, too. DJ Quick, he introduced me to a lot of stuff. He also introduced me to MC8, because what he did to him. I think DJ Quick is one of them guys that people aren't going to talk about him until he's, like, completely done rapping. Like, he is that great pioneer on the West Coast, for sure, especially in Southern California. And the last spot on the Mount Rushmore to Kendrick Lamar, arguably the greatest rapper of all time. Doesn't have a miss in his catalog. From OD to Kendrick Lamar EP, OD, you have Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, even Untitled Unmastered, Damn. I don't usually like soundtracks, but the Black Panther soundtrack is fire. Like Mr. Morale and The Big Stepper. Man has no misses. He kills every feature. Like, he is definitely on my Mount Rushmore. So my Mount Rushmore of Southern California is Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Kendrick Lamar, DJ Quick. Now let's go to Northern California. Now this one was hard for me to do. The first 3 spots was easy, very easy. That last spot, very hard for me, I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple people that I wanted to give it to, but a couple of them, like, I don't know if they there yet, but I really rock with them. So, the obvious ones, E40, come on, 40 is the Bay. The lingo, everything like that. 40 Water, E40. The legend, the late, great Mac Dre. Funny story is, when I first moved to the Bay Area, the 49ers were playing the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. The first time. And I am not a 49ers fan. I am a Rams fan. You know what I'm saying? I've been a Rams fan since they were in St. Louis. So, I'm a Rams fan. I go to a bar with my ex. We went to a bar. And we watching the Super Bowl. And some dude was hot, man. He was just like, he was drunk. But he was like, man, I hate Kansas City, man. They killed Mac Dre, and now they beating the 49ers. And he just went on this long rant about Mac Dre and all this stuff. And I was just like, yeah, I rock with Mac Dre. And he was like, man, why you not feeling it like that? And I like broke his heart when I told him that I am not a 49ers fan. The bro was literally hurt. He was like, oh, come on, fan. Like, but that was a story that had nothing to do with anything. But he showed the love for Mac Dre. Like, he spent a good 5-10 minutes just talking about Mac Dre. Legend in the Bay Area. Too Short. Definitely another legend. What's my favorite word? You know what I'm saying? Like, Too Short he's a pioneer. Number one, you know, like the amount of albums, consistency. Like Too Short's not even somebody who was born in the Bay Area. I think he was in LA. I think he spent like he moved here when he was a teenager. He's just a staple when it comes to the Bay Area. So those are the 3 spots. The 4th spot, I struggled. There was a whole bunch of people I could have went with. And I want to give it to LaRussell. Like, I want to, because I think that when it's all said and done, LaRussell's going to be on there. Because what he's doing independently, doing all these shows in his backyard, and bringing legends out and all these type of things, man, I wanted to put him over there. But I'm going to go with somebody, and I don't know how people in the Bay Area will feel about this, but I love Mr. Fab. So he got my 4th spot. I love Mr. Fab. Like, I used to just listen to Mr. Fab's songs all the time, especially like early social media, like MySpace was popping, like those eras, heavy. So he my 4th spot. So my NorCal Mount Rushmore of rappers is E40, Mac Dre, Too Short, and Mr. Fab. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's solid, personally. And you know, before we get up out of here, I gotta give y'all the song of the week. Song of the week, Truththebull, Hype Me Up.
Ring around the rosy, your pockets looking lonely. Ashes, these.
Okay, baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Okay, ooh. Okay, baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Okay, count till my fingers tangle. I'ma tell you from a different angle. These O's mock a bagel. HP jump out the stable. If her daddy wants static, I sneak around back and cut the cable. Don't call me your twin. Stand in front of God and lie on Abel. Say the whip of candy. Say the whip like candy cane. BS picture, moon rock diamond ice mix, roll with lemonade. Might just add a Sprite mix, Coke and Sprite mix, beans regenerate. I like talking nonsense, it's a good way to clear my conscience. Yeah. Okay, baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Okay. Ooh. Okay, baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Okay. Don't gotta give me a reason. These butts scream open season. On fake, smile on your face and say there's peace, but didn't mean it. Butterfly out the cage, man, how the fire look like a phoenix. Diamonds match Katrina, flood a whole arena. Hey, don't be fooled, I'm still a straight. Just tell I smell like sex. It's hard to fabricate. Never gonna make her proud, I think my mom made lemonade. I just caught his cab, walk that stage and graduate. Okay, whoa. Baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Okay, okay. Baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Baby better hype me up. Okay.
And this has been Open Mic. I've been your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff that YouTubers tell y'all. Don't forget to rate us 5 stars if you're going to rate us anything else. Don't waste your time, and I'll catch y'all next Wednesday with another dope pod to step to. Peace.
Baby.